Hey everybody, welcome back to A Unique Beauty World. I am Kobe coming at you with another video. If you are here, you want to know what it is I wish I knew before I started my business. There are just a few tips and tricks that I learned along the way and things that I wish I did differently when I started. So if you want to know more, stay tuned. Here we go. So starting your business can be daunting. It can be aggravating. It can be tiring. So I want to come to you guys to give you just a few tips and tricks that I learned that I wish I did differently along the way. Let's just jump right to it. Number one, making sure that I got all of my products in a row. Like, you need to know what your target audience is using the product for, how they're going to use it, if they're going to need an instrument to use the product, if there's going to be water introduced to the product, so that means you need to start looking into preservatives. So you have to take into consideration what your product is doing, what it's going to look like, how you're going to package it, all of these things before you launch, because they're very, very important, and they're just not things that you want to have to figure out once you get a purchase or once you start trying to sell things. Number two, create your product label. Now, a lot of people say, how am I supposed to create a product label if I'm just starting out? But as you start out, you should know your name of your business. You should know what your product is. If you're making, for instance, a body scrub, you should know the scent, everything that should be on your label. You should be able to get that out of the way before you start trying to launch on Instagram or advertise or just do anything. You should definitely have a image of what you want your label to look like. I will go into another video soon in regards to how I make my labels with Canva. So that's just a very, very easy app that I use from my phone to make my labels for my products, as well as how I print them out and what I use and things like that. I'll go into a video in regards to that. Number three, I was knowing what container and type of container you're selling your product in. All the big stuff we think about, the website, we think about the URL, we think about business cards, we think about thank you card, we think about all that big stuff, but the little stuff in regards to your label and your packaging and all that is so important, because that is what the customer is getting. That's what they're looking at every day. That's what they're using. So your thank you cards, your business cards, your website, all that is very, very important. But at the end of the day, you have to take into consideration your label colors, your label fonts, your label, all of that, and it has to be the same on each platform so that your brand is your brand. Number four is creating your product descriptions, taking your pictures, getting your instructions. If your product needs instructions, make sure you have all that before you try to want to launch a store or launch a product. That goes with your labeling and things like that, because first thing your target audience sees are the descriptions on your website. So they have to draw your target audience in order to buy your product. So having your descriptions, taking your pictures, doing all that stuff excuse me, that works or has to go onto your website before any of that starts is very important, so that you don't have to worry about having to think up descriptions when you create a website like Shopify, which I'll go into another video as well in how I created my Shopify website. If you guys want to check it out, it's kobesrose.com. Your descriptions and having your photos and all of your special things, the name of your product, your labels, all of that stuff, having that ahead of time is very important, just time consuming in regards to when you have to make your website or do something like that. You want to have all this stuff already ready. If you have this stuff written down, whether it's in your notes in your phone or in a notebook, somewhere, then it'll just save a lot of time in not having to do that, waiting to do that at the last minute when you are creating your website. It sucks. This is what I did. I did all these things that I'm telling you guys not to do, and this is why I'm saying that it's way easier just to get it written down and just do that at the beginning, so you don't even have to worry about all that small stuff. You can worry about the shipping and all that big stuff and your marketing and all that stuff, instead of something like, oh my God, the description and the pricing and the name and the label. No, we got all that. We already got that done. So we ain't got to worry about that, because we listened to Kobe, and Kobe said, do all that first. Get that out the way, sis. You feel me? Number 5. It's important to know how your products are being packaged out. We know that USPS and UPS and FedEx, well, I guess most people use USPS. We know that USPS be tossing they products around. So be sure that when you package a package, it is packaged properly and send one out. My first few packages went to my sister-in-law, who is a huge supporter. Shout out to my sister-in-law, and my mom, who is also a great supporter. I packaged their orders just like a customer would get it, gave them their business card and everything just like a customer would get it. I live in Georgia, they live in Las Vegas, so I was able to send my package across the country, which was also a perk for me in order for them to get it. Now, of course, they bought it. Don't act like it wasn't a free package. Now, I didn't just send some free product, no, but my first advertisement and the first people that I looked towards were my family and my friends. So when I sent the product to them, you know, my mom's product, it opened a little bit. My sister's product, it opened a little bit. So that taught me to saran wrap my jars. It gave me the point of using waterproof labels. My first 2 sales taught me a million things, and even today my sales still teach me stuff in regards to how to package properly, and if I need bubble wrap on this, and I end up buying boxes, and I end up using different boxes with USPS, and it's just easier to know how your package is going to be sent out and how other people will get it. Buy small quantities and know your packaging and how one body butter is packaged, how one lipstick is being packaged, how 1 or 2 body butters. If someone buys 4 body butters and 3 body scrubs and 2 lip glosses from you right now, how are you going to package that? You should know exactly what that's going to look like without any thought, and that you have every single solitary product that you need in order to package it properly. Okay? Number 5. You hit that subscribe button and that like button to be sure to get notified every time I post a video. Number 5 is very, very important. So when it comes to something, I'm going to remember. No, sis, you're not going to remember. You're not going to remember. Let me just say, you're not going to remember. If you're one of those amazing people like Reed from Criminal Minds, and you have the memory and the mind to remember every single solitary thing in the whole entire existence that you come into contact with, sis, honey, teach me. But you're not going to remember. Us normal people, me, mom, wife, stay at home, got to do all this, I'm not going to remember the stuff that I think about. So number 5 is write down everything. Everything. Every time you make a product, don't think that I'm just going to try out this body butter and I'm just going to see how it turns out. And if it turns out perfect, then I'll be able to make it again, and then it'll be perfect. Then I'll write my recipe down and that'll be it. No, don't do that. Listen, don't do that. Write down your recipe as it goes. If it doesn't turn out right, then and throw it away. But at the end of the day, I have done a million things where I didn't write it down, and then this body butter turned out, oh my God. Like, yes, but I was like, wait, how much grapeseed oil did I use? Wait, what? And it's gone, and now I try to redo it, and it's not the same. I have learned now to write down everything before I start. When I create a product, whether it's a bath bomb, body butter, body scrub, face mask, lip gloss, body oil, I don't care what it is, whatever you use, the products that you have bought with your Moulin Rouge, you need to write that down, because if you turn out and create this product that is amazing, then you want to have it. And then again, if you create a product, like at first I was creating a product and it would one of the ingredients that I used made the product too grainy, and then when I would put it on, I would feel like grains. So I knew that I had to lower the percentage in my recipe, or I mean, we call them formulations, but we say recipes. I had to lower my percentage in my recipe in order for it not to be as grainy. And I wouldn't have known what the percentage I used was if I didn't write it down, which again I did. So thankfully now my body butter is the perfect texture, it's the perfect consistency that I like and that I believe my customers would like. And I know now my recipes are like hung on my wall because they're not going anywhere. I'm gonna make it like this, period. I can go back and reference it and then be able to say, I got it. Number 6, organize organize, organize. I cannot emphasize how much and how important it is to organize everything in regards to not only your business, but your life. Now, if you're starting a business, that means that there is moments in your life before you start this business that are being taken out and not pushed to the side, but lessened in order to start this business. So you need to be sure that you organize everything that needs to be organized in order to get this business started properly. And for me, that meant my kids, that meant my schedule, that meant my products, that meant my everything. I had to make sure that I had enough bins for my product. I had to make sure I had a space that they went so that my kids didn't touch it. I had to make sure that my business time didn't coincide with my mom time, and that didn't coincide with the dinner time and the breakfast time and going to school and coming home and getting dressed and washing clothes and cleaning up and doing all that. On top of that, I want to start a business. So be sure that you organize every single thing. Like, you have to have your entire day written out. When I say organize, I mean to a T. When you think of organizing, organize over that. If your organized line is here, organize to this. Organize, 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 organize. That's all I say. Organize everything. Your entire life should be organized. And it's so difficult. It's so hard. It's something that I am still to this day struggling with, because when Sunday comes around, I am like, I am not creating posts for the week. I am not writing all these product descriptions. I do not want to make these products. I am not trying to do orders. Oh my God. So if I didn't have my days organized, if it wasn't Wednesdays and Fridays is the days we send out orders, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days we make orders, then my life would be hectic. So be sure that you just organize everything that you have in order to organize, in order to create a successful business. Okay. Number 7. We're almost done. We're almost done. Test, test, test. Before you begin, before you want to sell, before you want to give somebody something, you should know how it feels on your body. You should know how it lasts. You should know the shelf life. You should know all this information before you want to sell somebody something. And again, these tips are all tips that I have done and not regret, because they were all lessons and I'm happy that I learned them. But I just wish that I had a me on YouTube to just say, hey, test that, sis. Test that, sis. Before you sell that to that girl. My kids test all body butters to be sure that they're okay on their skin, on sensitive skin. My daughter uses my face regimen right now. I haven't even put it out yet, but I use a certain face regimen with all the products that I create. My daughter uses it every day in order to try to help her acne. If it does not work, then I'm going to change it. If test everything to be sure before you start selling something, because if you don't test it and somebody gets hurt, or I mean, not hurt, but I mean hurt, something can happen. People have allergies, people have irritations. If your stuff is too strong, you're using the wrong things, your fragrances aren't skin safe fragrances, then things can happen to your customers, and that could just ruin you before you even begin. So be sure that you test everything that you have in order to use it. I use my own soaps. I use my own body scrubs. This all started because I was tired of using everything else. When I see something, it's like, I'll make that.
What do you mean? No, you're not buying. Are you buying lotion? No. I'll make some lotion for you because I'm not spending $9 on something that says shea butter and you ain't even shea butter. You're too watery to be shea butter. First of all, what is it, shea butter and water? No. So I create products and we use them all. It's all we use. So at the end of the day, you should
be sure that your products are safe enough for you in order to be safe enough for everybody else. If you're liking this video, be sure that you hit subscribe. Be sure you hit that thumbs up and that like so that people like you can get a look at this video, because I'm giving out the tea, honey. I'm giving out tea in this. And I hope that you guys take this and run with it, because there are a lot of things that I learned on the way that I just really, really need y'all to know. Because number 8, put all your money that you use back into your business. When I started, putting the money that I make back into my business was like, I can't do that, because I gotta buy food and I gotta buy diapers and I gotta make sure the bills are paid when I get paid. So me saying put your money that you make back into your business, I'm not saying that you need to put every single solitary dime and penny that you make back into your business. Let's be realistic. If you need some lipstick, honey, go buy you some lipstick. If your kids need food, your refrigerator empty, go buy some food. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when you make money, you need to be sure that everything that you need to afford for your business is paid for first. Now, let's be clear. Putting the money back in your business is not a bad thing. Being able to pay, oh, my earring is gone. Dang. All right, we're going to cover it. Being able to pay your bills and doing things like that if you need to is absolutely okay. And don't be discouraged when you do that, because you're making money and you deserve it. But at the end of the day, be sure that when your website bill come up or something comes up that's for your business to progress, that you have that money that you just got from your money, from your sales in order to pay those fees. Or again, you'll just be in the hole losing money because you spent it all and you of course still have to pay your fees. So yeah. So we made it to the last tip. This tip is very, very important, you guys. And if you made it to the end of the video, be sure you hit subscribe. Be sure you hit that like button so you can be notified whenever I post my next video. Finally, number 9 is don't make a million products, sis. Don't do it. I know you want to do it. I know you know how to do a million things because you're multi-talented and you're amazing and you know how to do everything you see these sisters out here doing. You know how to do that. Of course you do. But do not overwhelm yourself and try to make a million products when you don't need to. Start out small, start out slow, and start out steady. I started out trying to make lip gloss, body butter, body scrub, whip butter, lipstick, lip chapstick, everything. I know how to do it, so I'm going to make it because I know how to do it. I'm going to make it. No. Now I got drawers and drawers and drawers and drawers of stuff to make stuff that I'm not making. So decide on what you want to make and make that. Whether it's going to be, I'm just making body butters. That's it. I got 5 of them bad boys, but I'm making body butters. So I got the body whip and the body scrub. Or I got the body scrub and the whip soap. I got the body oil and the scrub. I got the lipstick and the lip scrub. I know you want to put it out there. I know you know how to do it. I know you can do it. I know you're ready to make money. I know you got your hustle on. You just got your stimmy. I know you're ready to hustle, sis. But take your time. There's no rush. Your product can be way better than anybody else's. And at any point, you can launch your product when you're ready and it's perfect. And every single solitary thing about your product is perfect. So that when it comes out, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Can't nobody tell you nothing because you already know your label's waterproof. Because sometimes when they pull out the scrub, it leak. You already know that because you've been doing that in your bathroom all year. You already know the USPS is tossing your package up in the air like a juggler. So you've already got it bubble wrapped because you already know that. So when you're ready to launch your business, you launch it perfect, how you want to launch it, the way you want to launch it, whatever you want it to be, make sure that you launch it your way and get with it, sis. You got this. I appreciate you so much if you made it this far. Again, be sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button, so you can get notified every time I post a video. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Kobe's Rose. Check out my site at www.kobesrose.com and my products. We have a spring collection that's coming out very, very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe, stay selfish, and have a good day.